I'm gonna come back here with proof. And you're gonna owe me a serious fucking apology. Hey.
Calvin Clark?
Wait.
Cat?
I'm coming.
Cat!
Okay, I'm coming.
Look.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What are you guys doing tomorrow?
What are you talking about?
I'll pay you. 2 hours. Overtime. Tops.
Okay, pay us for what?
Research.
After Clark disappears inside the backrooms, Mary is left with more questions than answers. For years, she had treated Clark's stories as the result of a troubled mind. But now he has vanished without a trace, and the strange evidence connected to his disappearance is impossible to ignore. Mary begins investigating what happened to him. She learns that Clark had been secretly exploring the strange space beneath his furniture store for some time. He had documented his discoveries, collected objects from inside, and repeatedly warned that something was living in the maze. The more Mary investigates, the more she realizes that Clark wasn't simply telling stories. The backrooms are real, and Clark may still be somewhere inside. Meanwhile, inside the maze, Clark is still trying to survive. The endless yellow corridors have become familiar to him, but that doesn't make them any less dangerous. Every room looks almost identical, making it nearly impossible to know where he is or how far he has traveled. Clark keeps moving. He searches for an exit, but instead of finding one, he discovers deeper and stranger sections of the backrooms. The environment begins changing around him. Some areas look like abandoned offices. Others resemble strange underground structures. The further Clark travels, the more the place seems to react to him. Eventually, Clark realizes something terrifying. The backrooms don't simply exist around him. They seem to remember him. Places connected to his past begin appearing inside the maze. Objects from his real life appear in locations where they shouldn't exist. And slowly, Clark begins to understand that the backrooms may not be a normal physical location at all. It seems to interact with human memory. Back in the real world, Mary continues following Clark's trail. Eventually, she discovers a way to access the backrooms herself. Mary knows how dangerous this could be, but Clark is still missing, so she steps through the doorway. The moment Mary enters, everything changes. She finds herself surrounded by the familiar yellow walls and buzzing fluorescent light. For the first time, Mary experiences the place Clark had been describing. She walks through the corridors, calling Clark's name. There is no answer. She continues deeper into the maze. Then she notices something strange. The backrooms are beginning to show her things from her own past. Places she recognizes. Memories she hasn't thought about in years. It's as if the maze is searching through her mind. Mary realizes that Clark wasn't exaggerating. The backrooms aren't just physically trapping people. They can reach into their memories and use those memories to create new environment. Then Mary finally finds Clark. First, she is relieved. After everything that happened, she has finally found the man she came looking for. But something is wrong. Clark isn't reacting the way she expected. He has been inside the backrooms for too long. The place has changed him. Clark explains that he has learned more about the maze during his time inside. He believes there may be a way to understand how the backrooms work, but Mary isn't interested in understanding it. She wants to leave. She tells Clark that they need to find the exit and return to the real world. Clark disagrees. He has become obsessed with the backrooms. To him, this place isn't simply a prison anymore. It's a discovery, something nobody else has ever truly understood. Mary tries to convince him that staying inside is dangerous, but Clark refuses. The argument between them becomes more intense. Mary realizes that the Clark standing in front of her is no longer simply the desperate businessman she knew. The backrooms have changed his priority. They have changed the way he thinks, and they may have changed his identity itself. Then something begins moving through the corridor. The creature is back. Mary and Clark are forced to run. They race through the maze while the creature follows them. The environment around them becomes increasingly distorted. Rooms shift, corridors seem to rearrange themselves, and every attempt to escape only sends them deeper into the backrooms. Eventually, Mary discovers something even more disturbing. There are signs that the backrooms have created copies of people who entered them. Not perfect copies, something closer to memories given physical form. This explains why the place can recreate familiar environments and objects. It isn't simply copying the outside world. It's using the memories of the people trapped inside. inside. Mary begins to understand the danger. If the backrooms can reproduce memories, then they may also be able to reproduce people. And that means Clark's disappearance may not have been the worst thing that happened. Because somewhere inside this endless maze, something may now exist that looks exactly like him. As Mary and Clark continue searching for a way out, they reach a strange area unlike anything they've seen before. The space feels almost like a forgotten underground facility. There are signs that other people have been studying the backrooms. And for the first time, Mary realizes that Clark may not have been the first person to discover this place. Someone else has been here. Someone has been observing it. And someone may already understand how to control it. Clark begins acting strangely. He talks about the backrooms as though he belongs there. Mary becomes increasingly suspicious. She asks him what happened to him after he disappeared. Clark doesn't give her a straight answer. Instead, he leads her deeper into the maze. Mary finally realizes that she may have made a terrible mistake by trusting him. The man she followed into the backrooms may not be the same man who disappeared from the real world. Then they reach a massive open area. The lighting changes. The familiar yellow walls disappear. And standing in the distance is a figure that looks strangely familiar. Mary stops. She recognizes the face, but it isn't Clark as she knows him. It's something else. Something that has been created by the backrooms. And this is where Mary finally discovers the truth about what happened to Clark. The backrooms didn't simply trap him. They transformed him. And the figure standing before her is proof that the maze has been learning from him. Mary realizes that escaping the backrooms may no longer be enough. She now has to survive the thing Clark has become. And somewhere beyond the darkness, another version of Clark is waiting. One that calls himself something completely different. Captain Clark. To be continued in part 3.